we hung in there in the first half and did not defend the edges of our defense well, on the perimeter run game. In the first half, I thought we got some of that corrected. But, it was 21-13 coming out in the third quarter, and the game just got away from us. And weren't able to get back into it. You have to give them credit. And, for us, it's on all of us. And it's not the players' fault. It's not the coach's faults. It's all of our faults, and we own it that way. And the biggest thing for me is, guys, this senior class was so special. I just hate for them to have to lose a game that way. And love these guys. And like I told them in there isn't a loser in that room. Every one of these kids is incredible to coach. And so we got a lot of work to do. And look forward to working with these guys when we get back from the break. But it's been an incredible ride with Garrett and his senior class. And like I told them in there, I thank them for what they've helped us build. And as bad as it feels losing a game like that, because it feels bad, there's a lot of positive things that we're going to build on in the future. And I look forward to doing that. And that's probably the biggest thing. And I would tell you, they were more physical than us and all these different things. And you could say we were missing players and all those different things. But the bottom line is they played better than we did. They coached better than we did. And I'll own that. And I think that's the biggest thing in our program. We'll have accountability for it. We'll get back to work. And I look forward to getting back to work with these guys. And got some incredible dudes that have been here 3, 4, and 5 years that are leaving our program. And I thank them, for what they did for our program. I thank our fans that came to the game. It was incredible to have our fans here like that. And it means a lot to our players, to our coaches. You're special people. And look forward to having you back with us in the fall. That'll open it up.
We also added Garrett Bradbury as well. Questions?
Dave, it seemed like y'all did really well on the line of scrimmage early in the first quarter, and things kind of shifted there somewhere in the second. Kind of what changed there?
Which side of the ball are you referring to?
Just offensively, and defensively, y'all were running the ball really well. They weren't able to get yards, and everything kind of flipped on the line of scrimmage both sides afterwards.
Yeah. Well, I think the first run, or I guess it was the second play of the game, long run, we lost leverage. Our nickel jumped inside of an out block, and he outran our defense. After that, I thought we settled in pretty good. And then they started running some different pin pull schemes, and we adjusted at halftime and took that away, and then they started getting us on some counters. And, I thought they did a nice job adjusting. We'd stop this, and they'd bring another deal out. We didn't tackle well enough. Offensively, we had some good runs as we were spreading them out, but, as we got behind more and more, kind of hard to get back in the game just running the ball, and that was part of that. I think, when we were in 4 wides, we were able to run the ball pretty effectively. But we were banged up there, at the end. We had a bunch of our linemen out, and, Tyrone was limping, and, Ricky was limping around, and so just, weren't full strength, and that hurt a little bit.
Any other questions?
Dave, it seems like you guys had momentum there in the second quarter after the 4th down stop, and then weren't really able to seize that and capitalize on it. How much did that end up hurting you guys?
Well, it hurts, they jumped out on us. Our guys rallied us back into the game. Chris Dunn made a couple kicks. CJ made a nice touchdown catch, and defense had to stop, and we just weren't able to make that a score in that drive. And, like I said, we went into halftime 21-13, coming out with the ball, felt good about it, and then, we had a pick 6, I think, in that drive, and things just kind of got away from us at that point in time, and we didn't stop them, defensively in the run game, and offensively we couldn't get anything going. So you got to give them credit in the second half. They outplayed us.
Coach, your thoughts on Williams, and is he the best back you've seen this year?
Well, I would say so. I thought he's a tremendous player. He's all SEC player, and leading rusher in that conference. And their offensive line does a nice job, blocking for him. But he's a really good back. Him and Etienne would probably be the top 2 backs we saw this year.
Coach, what did you say to Ryan when you pulled him from the game at the end, and your thoughts on his legacy at NC State?
Ryan's done a tremendous job here. He really has. And at that point in the game, same with Garrett, they've given us everything, and we were out of it and didn't want to put them at risk at that point. And it was good for Matt to get those reps, too. You know, I think that was valuable for him. Anytime he can get in as a quarterback in a real situation and play, I mean, those are good reps for him, and he'll learn from those reps, you know. And even though they weren't good, they're good learning material for him. And so, you know, that was kind of it. You don't want to put Ryan in that situation, especially when Garrett was out, Big T was out, just from a protection standpoint.
His legacy, sir?
Ryan's legacy, you know, back-to-back 9-win seasons. What was the last time? 1991. You know, and the number of records he had, and I think part of it too that you guys don't get to see, but just the way that he prepared, the way our younger quarterbacks got to see him prepare. He's probably one of the most elite guys that I've been around when it comes to his preparation and his daily just process and coming to work and handling his business and doing things in the classroom and the way he treats people. And he's an incredible role model for our younger players. And you know, I'm blessed to have been in his life as a coach, and he thanked me after the game for the opportunity, and I thanked him, you know, for letting me coach him the way he did. It's a great group of guys. I mean, the hardest part today, to be honest, losing the game's hard, but losing these players is harder. You know, you just build such relationships with them, and you care so much about them, and you hate to see them go out that way. And I'm going to miss coaching those guys. And they mean a lot to me. They've been here with me for a while.
Garrett, for yourself, obviously this is not the way that you want to go out, but knowing where this program was the day that you set foot on campus to where it is now, how much have you seen this program change thanks to the senior class and the guys that you've had in this program?
Yeah, I think it's night and day from what this program looks like now versus what it did 5 years ago when I first stepped on campus. I mean, we would have been ecstatic 5 years ago to finish with 9 wins. I mean, we would have been celebrating in the locker room. Would have been amazing. And we're all disappointed because we felt like we underachieved, to be honest. And just in terms of where it's at, we talk a lot about leaving the jersey better than when you found it. That goes with position group as well. And so hoping the offensive line and guys can learn from this senior class and just be better next year. Learn from the mistakes we made today and just keep moving this program forward, raising the standard, raising the bar. So.
Dave, you had a great drive going there in the third quarter before that interception for a touchdown. What did you see from the sideline as far as did the guy do a really good job of anticipating the route? What did you see?
Yeah, they dropped 8 into coverage, you know, and the Mike backer came off the number 3 receiver and undercutted the route, made a really nice play. Ryan didn't see him. So it was a good job by them on defense, and obviously one Ryan would love to have back.
Dunn made 2 pretty long field goals there earlier in the game, including his season-long. How much confidence did that put into the team, not only in this game, but throughout the whole season?
Chris Dunn's got an incredible future, you know. We have complete confidence in him, and it was great to see him kick the ball like that. He's a weapon, and so it's great to have a freshman kicker like that, knowing you're going to have him for a couple more years.
Last question. All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.